There is a young new star emerging right here in Atlanta, and he happens to be the son of the legendary filmmaker John Singleton. Our Danielle Nottingham is joining us right now here in the 11 Live Plus Streaming Center with much more on this story, a multi-generational story here.
Yeah, it's very cute. It's like he's walking in his father's footsteps. You know, he caught the entertainment bug, but he's here in Atlanta. John Singleton, he's an LA guy, but they're in Atlanta. Young Seven, that's his name, he and his mom, and he wanted to start a talk show because he wants to talk to kids and preteens, and he's got a lot of personality, so you know, you got to put that somewhere. And he's also acting too. He's in Abbott Elementary. He's in a Tyler Perry series, so he's got a lot going on.
I knew that he had the talk show. I didn't know about all the rest of it that he's doing there too, in Abbott Elementary and everything else. And we have a piece ready to play here, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey, my name is John Singleton, and welcome to the John Singleton Show.
At 8 years old, John Singleton is showing early signs of following in his father's footsteps.
Because today, we're going to be talking about someone who changed the world. Introducing Martin Luther King Jr.
Seven's father, the late director John Singleton, left a lasting impact on film and culture. Now Seven is beginning his own journey. He wrote his own children's book and landed roles on the hit TV shows Abbott Elementary and Tyler Perry's Assisted Living.
I go in the studio, I breathe in, I breathe out like 5 times, then I get refreshed and I start working.
Now, Seven has started his own kids' talk show.
And this is my desk where I ask all the questions.
It's inspired by the number 7 soundstage at Tyler Perry Studios, which is dedicated to John Singleton. Stars of Singleton's films like Ludacris helped launch the YouTube program, but with his growing success, Seven says he only wants one thing.
We just dance along here. I want to keep being a kid. I want to stay being a kid. That's why I want to make a time travel machine and to stay a kid forever.
Well, isn't that great? I would want to stay a kid too, but
Great advice.
yeah.
I hope he's working on the time travel machine.
Oh yeah, he was at work on a lot of different things. Sonic, it was a lot of Dog Man. We talked about a lot of different things.
He had no shortage of thoughts, and I liked it when he sat down at his desk and he said, "This is where I ask the questions." I said, "Yeah, I know that feeling."
He owns that, but it's really sweet because he was 1 when his father passed, and this gives him an opportunity to interact with his father's peers and carry on that legacy. And they named him Seven John Singleton so people would know he's John Singleton's son. So that's like his full name is Seven John Singleton.
And you bring up that connection to the folks who worked with his dad. You said Ludacris has been on that set there, others. Did you get a sense from Seven or from his family about what this all means to see, in some ways, another Singleton blazing a new trail in media?
Yeah, his mom was saying that if his dad were alive today, that Seven would probably be right on the set with him, because when he was a little baby, John Singleton put him in some of his productions, like Snowfall. So there's a baby in Snowfall, and that's Seven. That was on FX. It was a popular series that just ended that he was part of. So a lot of cool things, and they said they got the idea again from Tyler Perry Studios. He named a soundstage after different people like John Singleton, Denzel Washington. There's an Oprah Winfrey stage, and John Singleton's stage just happened to be the number 7 soundstage. So it was a weird coincidence, and they're like, okay, there's something here. We got to do something with this.
And boy, did they. I mean, even just down to the way the set is set up, you and I were looking at it and saying, boy, this is a really good looking operation he's got going
That's
here.
when I walked in, I'm like, wow, can we use your stylist?
I mean, we love the streaming center. We're not knocking it, but he had a little more pizzazz on it.
Oh yeah, no, not knocking the streaming center. Just an extra room.
How does Seven and his family, because it's got to be a family operation, of course, how do they juggle everything that he seems to be doing? He's working on projects. He's got Abbott Elementary going. He's got this talk show happening now, and he's a young person just exploring the world for the first time himself.
Look, he had a whole team. So he had his mom, he had a manager, he had someone else that set some things up for him, and they go between here and LA sometimes because Abbott Elementary films in Los Angeles, and they're just like, as long as he wants to do it, we're going to do it. And he's working on, this is really funny, he's working on a movie called Phony. Now, guess what phony means?
Oh, I wouldn't even want to venture a guess. I'm afraid I'll get it wrong.
So it's about a babysitter who was always on her phone.
No.
And not watching him, so he gets into trouble. So
No.
it's called Phony.
Is this based on real life
I
experiences
think
here?
it might have been, and because he was mentioning to us, and we were like, "Phony, like she's fake, like
Yeah.
she didn't babysit you." He's like, "No, she was always on her phone."
So she
So
got
I
the
could-
nickname
yeah, she
Phony.
got the name Phony.
Well, Phony's coming to babysit tonight. Was there, besides that, which is
Yeah.
phenomenal, was there anything that he told you that really stuck with you as you were driving away from the interview that you were just thinking, man, that's rattling around in my head here?
He said a lot that he probably doesn't want me to say, but he gives
Well,
some
we're not
people a lot
we're not gonna give him any trouble then.
We won't give him any trouble. He's got a really quick thinking, and he gives people quick nicknames. So
Like
one of
Phony?
like Phony. One of his managers' name is Mike, so he calls him Moolah Mike
Ah.
because he's in charge of making
He's-
the money.
he's the money guy.
Yeah, Bossy Mom.
Oh,
is what
no.
he calls it because she's the boss.
Okay, well.
So he's got a lot of personality. So they're putting it in the right place, for sure.
Time travel machine notwithstanding, did he give you any sense of, 10 years down the line, he wants to keep doing this? Does he have
Oh.
plans for school? What's the 10-year plan for young Seven?
Absolutely. Like, he wrote his own book, and he also illustrated his own cartoon. And I'm like, I can't imagining what kids do these days. So it's like this little animated thing with these two little cats, and they're talking and they're doing a whole thing and having a day.
And he drew that himself?
He did it on his phone. Yeah, it's on his YouTube page.
We had crayons.
We had crayons.
It was a different era.
They're making cartoons. I mean, it's yeah. So he's got a lot in his head, and he wants to learn Japanese, so he can interview the people who created Sonic.
Well, if that's not a reason to take on a foreign language, I don't know what
Once
is.
I learn Japanese, I'm going to have them on the show. So yeah.
And you know what? They'd probably come.
Yeah.
If he's getting ludicrous, you've got some reach.
Yeah.
Danielle, what a fun story as always, and one about legacy too. Before we let you go, I think we should circle back and end here. To see this next generation of
Yeah.
the Singleton family, John Singleton, who passed in 2019, I believe,
Yeah.
left a huge legacy and hole in the media industry. Does the family feel that? Can you tell that when they see young Seven out there,
Oh, yeah.
there's almost the next generation happening before their eyes?
Yeah, I think that they were more sad than anything that he doesn't really know his father, and that he will know his father through his films. He's not allowed to watch Boys in the Hood yet. I was told that. That's off the table
That's
for
for a little
now.
later. That's for when you grow
a
up a
little
bit.
later. But they're just hoping that keeping him in this industry around these people, he'll be a little bit closer to his father.
What a special story. And Danielle, thank you as always for bringing it to us. We really appreciate it.